Hi, Jeremy Morgan here. So how do you compare two strings in Go? It's actually very easy. What we'll do in this video is I'll show you a few different ways to compare strings in Go, what the differences are between them, and then we'll do some benchmarking to see which ways are the fastest. So let's get started. Okay, so you're just learning Go and how things work. You need to compare two strings to see if they're equal. You want to do it as simply and quickly as possible, and that's what we'll look at today. Now I'm here in my Go environment, and I want to compare two strings. So let's create a quick Go program. I'll add in my package, imports, and the main func. And now I'll create a sample string here. And then create a compare string. Notice this is not capitalized in the second string. So the first way we'll check if these strings are the same is with a basic comparison operator. We'll just say if sample string is equal to compare string, we'll say the strings match. Otherwise, they do not match, so we'll say so here. Now this is a basic comparison just like you do with any other value. You compare strings, ints, whatever this way. So let's run it. Okay, it says the strings do not match. And if we look at our strings, that's correct. Now if we change the character that's different, we know that that will make the strings match. And we verify that our function works, because now it says we have a match. Now another way we can do this is with the strings package. We can do a strings compare. The difference here is it will only compare string values. If we change our if statement, we can use a method named compare from the strings package. We'll say if strings compare, and we'll input our sample string and the compare string. If the result is equal to 0, then we know that the strings were matched. If they aren't equal, we'll say so. Let's run it. And it says our strings match. So let's change our character again just to test it out. We change the character to uppercase, and voila, the strings do not match. So these are two common ways to compare strings, and they work very well. Now what if you want to compare the text itself, but you don't care about uppercase or lowercase letters? What if you're just focused on the text? This is called a case-insensitive comparison, and we can do that like so. We add in the strings.toLower to make both strings lowercase. This means we're only looking for the text itself, not how it's capitalized. Now let's run it. And it says the strings match, because the only difference between these two strings is an uppercase letter. To test it out, let's make the string different. And now the strings do not match. And we've confirmed that our string comparison works. These are the two simplest ways to do string comparison. But here's another neat way to do the same comparison we just did using equal fold. Equal fold is a part of the strings package, so it's a simple drop-in. We pass in the sample string and compare string into equal fold. It returns a Boolean based on whether the strings are equal in lowercase. Ours should return that the strings do not match. And it works. Let's change our strings. And now it says the strings match. Notice that equal fold ignores the case. So what this does is exactly what we did before, which is just ignoring the case of the string and looking for the actual text in the string. So we've learned three different ways to compare strings here. The basic comparison operator, which simply compares two values, strings.compare, which compares only string values, and strings.equalfold, which compares string values while ignoring case. These are all great ways to compare strings, depending on what you need. But which one is the fastest? Let's see if we can find out. Okay, so I've spared you all from watching me type all this out, but I've created a set of funcs here that we can look at. The first one is compare string. It's using the compare method from the strings package. It returns a Boolean, and it uses the smallest amount of code to do its comparison. Next is our equal fold compare. This uses equal fold from our strings package. And finally, we have a method that compares with basic comparison operators. Now note that in each of these functions, I'm doing a strings to lower conversion. That's to keep things semi-equitable. Since equal fold does a case-insensitive comparison, I figure these ones should as well. Now let's open up compare_test.go. This is a set of test files. Now, when I released an article about this on my blog, a couple people emailed and asked why I didn't just do a testing benchmark. Benchmarks are part of the test suite in Go, so for this video, I decided that's what I should do. Now, here we have this named so that Go knows it's a test file. Each of these functs are prepended with the word benchmark so that Go knows that they're a benchmark. I pass in a testing.b. Now, this is a type that we pass into functions to manage benchmark timing and specify the number of iterations to run. See the b.n here? This is how many times a benchmark should be run, and it's adjusted until the benchmark function lasts long enough to be timed reliably. Generally, many tests are run. Now, our first one is benchmark compare string, and this one calls our compare string method, which uses strings.compare from the strings package. The next one is benchmark compare ef, which runs our compare ef function that calls emptyfold. And finally, we have a benchmark compare operators, which calls the function that uses the basic compare operators. So let's run some benchmarks. Now, the standard disclaimers about benchmarking apply here. Other system processes, power saving modes, and things like that can add noise to your benchmarks, but this should give us a general idea of which method is fastest. To run our benchmarks, we can run go test, and then set the -bench flag so that it runs benchmarks, and then we'll put a dot for all tests. And our test is complete. It would appear from this test that emptyfold is the fastest method. Let's run it again. So what does this mean, you might ask? Well, this number shows how many times the loop ran, and this shows how long it took to run each loop. So the smallest number is the fastest. I'm not sure why or how emptyfold is so much faster here, but I'll dig in and research it and I'll share what I learn. So in this video, we learned 3 different ways to compare strings: strings.compare, strings.equalfold, and using comparison operators. And we ran some benchmarks and showed that equalfold is the fastest, at least according to our tests. I hope this has helped. I'll continue to build on this in a part 2 of this video soon. So I hope this has been a good example of how to compare strings in Go. So if you like my videos, hit that subscribe button.